जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी। जय गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी। जय गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी। यशोदनंदना व्रज जन रंजना। यशोदनंदना व्रज जन रंजना। यामुनतीरावनचारि। यामुनतीरावनचारि। जय राधा माधव कुंजामिहारी। जय राधा माधव कुंजामिहारी। जय गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी। जय गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी। यशोदनंदना व्रज जन रंजना। यशोदनंदना व्रज जन रंजना। यामुनतीरावनचारि। यामुनतीरावनचारि। जय राधा माधव कुंजामिहारी। जय राधा माधव कुंजामिहारी। जय गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी। जय गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी। यशोदनंदना व्रज जन रंजना। यशोदनंदना व्रज जन रंजना। यामुनतीरावनचारि। यामुनतीरावनचारि। जय राधा माधव कुंजामिहारी। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे। हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे। हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे। हरे राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे। हरे राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे। हरे राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे। हरे राम राम हरे हरे। जय राधा श्याम सुंदर राधा श्याम सुंदर जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा। निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल। जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शतश्री श्रीमद त्रिभुवन केसरी भक्त वेदांत स्वामी प्रभुपाद की जय। जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शतश्री श्रीमद त्रिभुवन केसरी भक्त सिद्धांत सरस्वती ठाकुर गोस्वामी प्रभुपाद की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। नामाचार्य हरदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्री वासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की जय। ब्रजभूमि श्री वृंदावन धाम की जय। नवद्वीप मायापुर धाम की जय। श्री क्षेत्र जगन्नाथ पुरी धाम की जय। गंगामाई यमुनामाई की जय। भक्ति देवी तुलसी महारानी की जय। समवेत भक्त वृंद की जय। निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे। हरि हरि बोल। All glories to assembled devotees. Hare Krishna. All glories to assembled devotees. Hare Krishna. All glories to assembled devotees. Hare Krishna. All glories, all glories, all glories, all glories. Shri Guru and Gauranga Shubhapal Jai. Hare Krishna Vishwaya Putre. Gauranga. Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Vishwaya Putre Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nidramane. नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचार निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। Reading from Bhagavad Gita, chapter 13, the last section, chapter 13. Yeah, chapter 13, nature, enjoyer, consciousness, prakriti, purusha, vibhaga yoga. Verse number 27 to 35. Okay. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jamudirayet Nasta Prayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Sloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki. Verse number 27 to 35. This chapter has 5 sections. First section 1 to 2. Arjuna asking questions, 6 questions. Then the 3 to 9 or 10. Lord Krishna answering the first 2 questions. No, not for last 2 questions, 5 and 6. And then knowledge, Kshetra and Kshetrajna. Then next is addressing next section 11 to 19 or so. Next is addressing the next part of it is the knowledge and object of knowledge. So no, the first one is the body and the knower of the body, and the next is answering addressing about the knowledge and object of knowledge, jnanam and gnayam. So, and then the third section last week we covered 20 to 26, which is the prakriti and purusha. First and second question, which are the most difficult, so that's the answered in the last. Now the last section, 27 to 35, the last section of this chapter. This is called consciousness and summary of the chapter. It's almost like a second chapter. Lord Krishna is summarizing in the second chapter. Because this is the beginning of last 6 chapters, which is giving the transcendental knowledge by which one can actually detach themselves inside the heart, inside, not the outside. Outside, we may be in a place, we may be working, we may be taking responsibility, many things, but inside, in the heart, we clearly know everything in detail. So whom it belongs to, who is their what is our nature, what is the nature of the material world, what is the nature of Supreme Lord, and who is the enjoyer, am I the enjoyer, Supreme Lord is the enjoyer, who is actually really enjoyer, and what is the constant in which I need to act. that is what is summarized in this, and that is the summary of this chapter. Is in this section 27 to 35, and consciousness in which one should act. And that is the essence. Let us chant the verses, then we'll explain. with simple example. Prabhupada very nicely, wonderfully explains. This chapter summarizes, everybody can understand, even a baby can understand. That's what Prabhupada explains. Yavat sanjayate kinchit sattvam stavara jangamam kshetra kshetragna samyogat tad viddhi bharatarshava. Summarizing, you will see the covering many points which already been discussed before. यावत् संजायते किंचित तत्त्वं स्थावरजंगमं क्षेत्र क्षेत्रज्ञ संयोगात् तद्विद्धि भरतर्षभा. Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Jai. O chief of the Bharatas, know that whatever you see in existence, both the moving and non-moving, stavara means fixed, non-moving, Jangama, so means moving. We are the moving. So mountains, the trees are fixed, non-moving. So both moving and non-moving, combination of the field of activities and the knower of the field. Both the moving and non-moving is only a combination of the field of activities and knower of the field. That's what it comes to. Kshetra is the field. Kshetragna, combination field of activity and knower of the field. So Kshetra is field. So that is what has been explained. Please repeat. O chief of the Bharatas, know that whatever you see in existence, both the moving and non-moving, is a combination of the field of activities and the knower of the field. Next verse, lots of verses to read. Samam sarveshu bhuteshu. Underlying point is consciousness in everywhere. You will see that. Each verse you can see that consciousness is the main central element of in these verses. समं सर्वेषु भूतेषु तिष्ठन्तं परमेश्वरं विनश्यस्तु अविनश्यन्तं या पश्यति सा पश्यति. समं सर्वेषु भूतेषु तिष्ठन्तं परमेश्वरं. By these words itself we can understand. Tishtanta means sitting. Who is that? Parameswara, Paramatma, the Supreme Lord. Everywhere. Sama sarveshu bhuteshu, in all living entities, moving, non-moving. Vinasyastu avinasyantam ya pasyati pasyati. Who can see what is being destroyed, what is not being destroyed? So, translation by Prabhupada. One who sees the super soul accompanying the individual soul in all bodies and who understands that the soul, neither the soul nor the super soul within the destructible body is ever destroyed, actually sees. Is the real seer. One who is seeing the both, because these are superior energies, soul and super soul, is not being destroyed at all. That has been explained. One who sees the soul, one who sees the super soul accompanying the individual soul in all bodies, and who understands that the soul, neither soul nor super soul within the destructible body is ever destroyed, actually sees. Because these are to do with the consciousness, understanding, practically operating on that platform is consciousness. समं पश्यन् हि सर्वत्र समावस्थितम् ईश्वरं न हीनस्ति आत्मना आत्मानं ततो याति परां गतिम्. If he acts like that, he can go back home, parangati, because that is the consciousness he is having, he is understanding, he is realizing, he has assimilated, he has analyzed everything, he has understood the essence, and he is practicing it and operating on that platform. समं पश्यन् हि सर्वत्र, everywhere, समवस्थितम् ईश्वरं न हीनस्ति आत्मना आत्मानं ततो याति परां गतिम्. Translation by Prabhupada. One who sees the super soul equally present everywhere, is not partial, it is equally in everywhere, in every living being, does not degrade himself or the mind by his mind, yeah, by his mind. Thus, he approaches the transcendental destination, param gatim. Here, material world is not parangati. Spiritual world is parangati, topmost destination. Everything is absolute there. It's permanent there, eternal. So, Satchit Ananda, that is called Parangati. Tepyanti Parangati. Many places Parangati word is used in Bhagavad Gita. One who sees the super soul equally present everywhere in every living being does not degrade himself by his mind, thus he approaches the transcendental destination. Verse number 30. प्रकृत्यैव च कर्माणि क्रियमाणानि सर्वदा. Almost like 3.27, third chapter Bhagavad Gita, verse number 27, isn't it? Prakrute kriyamanani gunai karmani ahankara vimoda kattaham iti manidi. Almost like that, this verse is also. Because this is summary of the how one should work, how one should know the body, soul, all these things, second, third chapter. प्रकृत्यैव च कर्माणि क्रियमाणानि सर्वशः या पश्यति तदात्मानम् अकर्तारं स पश्यति अकर्तारं that means is not doer even though he is doing because he is having the proper intelligence proper consciousness प्रकृत्यैव च कर्माणि क्रियमाणानि सर्वशः या पश्यति तदात्मानम् अकर्तारं स पश्यति translation Prabhupada. Let us see questions one may have at the end. Okay. So one who can see that all the activities are performed by the body, which is created of material nature, sees that the self does nothing, actually sees. One who can see that all activities are performed by the body, which is created of material nature. So three modes are also comes into picture. Sees that the self does nothing, actually sees. That means soul here. Next verse, verse number 31. यदा बोध पृथग्भावम् एकस्तम् अनुपश्यति भावम् means consciousness भावग्राही जनार्दन what consciousness one is operating one is working एकस्तम् अनुपश्यति तथा एव च विस्तारम् ब्रह्म समपद्यते तदा यदा बोध पृथग्भावम् एकस्तम् अनुपश्यति तथा एव च विस्तारम् ब्रह्म सम्पद्यते तदा यदा बोध पृथग्भावम् एकस्तमनुपश्यति तथा एव च विस्तारम् ब्रह्म सम्पद्यते तदा translation Prabhupada. When a sensible man ceases to see different identities due to different material bodies and he sees how beings are expanded everywhere, he attains to the Brahman conception. As used like this also in third chapter also. Similar verse. Brahmani adhaya karmani sangam tektva. Manishna. Lippete nasapapen padma patre vambasa is using example also. One more verse is there like that. Karma brahmodvam brahmakshara samudvam. Yeah. Tasya igna pratishtita. So like that. Situated Brahman means our original position. We understand we are the servant of God. So Brahma Janati iti Brahmana. We are Brahman and the Lord is Parabrahman, our relationship. So that is what coming to the Brahman position. Last verse of second chapter also explaining the same thing. Yesha ite Brahmi stita pardha nainam prapyu stitvasya antakalam Brahma nirvana buchati. So that's what Brahma nirvana means. Brahma means Lord, not Lord Brahma. Position of our original position. Coming back to our original position of Jiver Swarupa Nitya Krishna, eternal servant of the Supreme Lord Krishna. That is what position of Brahman, real position of Brahman. That's what it means. Not the impersonal. Brahman position doesn't mean impersonal. That is a half understanding. Impersonal aspect is only half, 180 degrees. 360-degree understanding means you have to come to the personal aspect of it, not impersonal aspect of it. Impersonal aspect is just one portion of it. Next, verse 32. Anaditvan nirgunatvan. Here, no material qualities. Nirguna. That's what it means. Nirguna doesn't mean Lord doesn't have a form. We don't have a form. Lord doesn't have qualities. We don't have. No. It means we don't have material. Lord doesn't have material qualities whenever he appears. Spiritual qualities all the time. Our original position is also like that. But right now we are conditioned so that we have some material qualities. So anaditvan nirgunatvan paramatmayam avyeya. Vyeya and avyeya. Vyeya means depleting, deteriorating. Avyeya means opposite. That is Paramatma. Sarirastopi konteya na karoti na lipyate. He is not doing. Supreme Lord is not doing. He is only watching. So whenever he appears, he exhibits, he does it so that as set the example. Otherwise, he have nothing to do, no duty to perform. He is not obligated, he is not bound by anything. He is not forcing anybody to do something. So anaditva nirgunatva paramatmayam aveya sarirastopi konteya. Situated sarira doesn't mean is the doer. Na karoti na lipete. So just like the Padma Patra, the lotus leaf, nothing is touching. Lotus leaf, no water, no mud is there. It is nice and peaceful and clean. So translation by Prabhupada, those with the vision of eternity can see that the imperishable soul is transcendental, eternal, and beyond the modes of nature. In this case, Paramatma word is used for the soul, beyond the spirit, Parama, Atmayam. That's it. So, but actually, Paramatma, most other places, it is a super soul. In this specific verse, it's talked about the soul. But either both are transcendental. Originally, soul is also transcendental. Right now, it is being conditioned. That's it. Asangoyam Purusha. Prabhupada uses that Upanishad word. Sangha means attachment. Sangha means association. Asanga means devoid of material association, devoid of material attachment. That is the original form, original swarupa, original consciousness of the Purusha, of the living entity, of the spirit soul. So that's what is being talked about here. Those with the vision of eternity can see that the imperishable soul, the transcendental, eternal, and beyond the modes of nature. That's the transcendental, beyond the modes. Modes means material world, material nature. Despite contact with the material body of Arjuna, the soul neither does anything nor is entangled. Same thing with the Supreme Lord. Similar words are there, verses are there in third chapter as well. Yeah, forgetting, but it's in third chapter. Yeah, verses are there. Verse number 33, two more verses. Ya yata yata sarvagatam sokshmya. Sukshma means sukshma sarir. Subtle. Sokshmya means subtle. What is it explained? Yeah, subtle. Due to being subtle. यथा सर्वगतं सौक्ष्म्यात् आकाशं न उपलिप्यते like a sky everything rests in sky सर्वत्र अवस्थितो देहे तथा आत्मा न उपलिप्यते example just like the air as it's in the sky only both are two different things air has nothing to do with sky sky has nothing to do with the air but air cannot go out of the sky air sits in the sky only similarly example यथा सर्वगतं सौक्ष्म्यात् आकाशं न उपलिप्यते सर्वत्र अवस्थितो देहे तथा आत्मा न उपलिप्यते translation the sky due to its settlement does not mix with anything it's independent of everything sky ether in Sanskrit although it is all pervading everywhere wherever you go sky in India to US to wherever you go sky is still there so that is ether that's everywhere pervaded similarly the soul situated in Brahman vision does not mix with the body though situated in that body right now it's not operating because it's not fully mature yet it's conditioned so that's why but otherwise in original state the soul situated in Brahman vision that original state does not mix with the body though situated in that body that is a pure position the sky due to its subtle nature does not mix with anything although it is all pervading similarly the soul situated in Brahman vision does not mix with the body though situated in that body verse number 34 small purports only I think last one may have bigger purport 34 yata prakasayati eka what is the illuminated so soul is always illuminated Krishnam lokam imam ravi like a sun kshetram kshetri tata Krishnam prakasayati bharata yata prakasayati eka Krishnam lokam imam ravi kshetram kshetri tata Krishnam prakasayati bharata translation O son of Bharata as the sun alone illuminates all the universe so does the living entity the soul is the one which is illuminating Uh, so, so does the living entity, one within the body, illuminate the entire body by consciousness. In the second chapter is already mentioned. Everywhere soul is pervaded, entire body throughout. Antamanta ime deha nityastyokta sarira. So many places it is used. Soul is pervaded. Consciousness is pervaded. O son of Bharata, as the sun alone illuminates all this universe, sun by its energy, so does the living entity, one within the body, illuminate the entire body by consciousness. Also pranavayu. Life air is also distributed throughout. Uh, Next verse, I think two more verses. Last verse. Yeah, little bigger purport. First verse and last verse always have nice purport, summarizing and explaining things, essential points. Verse number 30. Kshetra, it begins with Kshetra Kshetragna, ending with Kshetra Kshetragna, because that is the essential point. We should know those things. Kshetra Kshetragnayorevam Antaram Gnana Chakshusha. So that is the vision. Always we have to. Isopanishad is teaching the same thing. You need to have Shastra Chakshu, Gnana Chakshu, eyes. What kind of eyes? It has to be filled with knowledge of the Shastra, vision of the Shastra, Shastra Chakshutva. So vision, knowledge, guidelines. So that's it. The Antaram Gnana Chakshusha, what is used, anointed with that knowledge and vision. Both are Prakriti Moksham Cha, then Moksham, liberation. Ye vidur yantite param, again parangati param. First verse 27 word paramgati, last verse concluding, so param word is used. Kshetra kshetragnayor evam, when you understand what is the kshetra or who is actually knower. So one who understands the difference. Antaram gnana chakshusha bhota prakriti moksham cha, all these living entity, the material elements, prakriti, everything. Ye vidur, one who understands yanti te param. Translation by Prabhupada. Those who see with eyes of knowledge, that's a gnana chakshu, the difference between the body and knower of the body, can also understand the process of liberation from bondage in material nature, attain to the supreme goal. Repeat. Those who see with the eyes of knowledge the difference between the body and the knower of the body can also understand the process of liberation from bondage in material nature, attain to the supreme goal. Now we'll understand. Om Ajnanatibrandasya Jananjansalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दयतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्येश्वरं वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। श्री चैतन्य मनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वापदान्तिकम्। श्रील रूप गोस्वामी प्रभुपाद की जय, प्रभुपाद की जय, गौर भक्तवृंद की जय। So, yeah, very nice description has been explained. That main point here is first we have to understand actually this body and the knower of the body. It means just like the example is given, Prabhupada expand agriculture field. Prabhupada also gives an example of apartment. So apartment, we are living in an apartment. Who is the owner? Who is the occupier? Who is the landlord? So the person who is staying in the apartment is called occupier. So landlord is different. Mm. To some extent, you can call you may be the proprietor, but actually, real proprietor, real owner is a landlord. And so we can, depending on how much you pay, accordingly, that kind of facility you will get in the apartment. Nice apartment, or how many rooms and all that. And then apartment is made with bricks, water, um, cement, all these elements, which is earth, water, fire, air, ether. It is made up of these. Same way, this body is also, we are not the owner, we are the occupier, because who has given this body? Who is the actually? Because we can't say that I am the owner of this body because I possess it. Dehinasmin yata dehe komaram evam jara. Dehinasmin asmin dehe. I am there. The soul is sitting in this particular body for place of action. But actually, who is the owner? So, because let us look at what is this body is made up of. Five element. Have you made it? These elements? No, you didn't make it. Then who has made it? That is Supreme Lord only, because Lord is explaining in the seventh chapter. Bhumi Rapo Analo Vayu Kam Buddhir Anala Kam Buddhir Mano Evacha Ahankar Iti Yamme Benna Prakriti Me Astada. This is eight elements: earth, water, fire, air, ether. Five, mind, intelligence, ego. Three, eight. These eight elements are so Benna Prakriti Me Astada. These are the inferior energy mm, coming from me. Mm. Mayadhyakshena prakriti suyate sa characharam chara achara moving on mustavara jangama, which is the same word is used in the beginning. Both are coming from the Supreme Lord. He is the owner who has created this element. We didn't create this element. Uh, we might be using it to make an apartment, make a cement, make a concrete, make a brick, all this. But the original ingredient, who has given the water? Have you created water? No. Have you created earth? No. Have you created fire? No. Have you created ether? No. Nothing we created. All these are already existing. Who has created? Lord is created in seventh chapter, Krishna in 7:4 is explaining. And then he is explaining also this living entity. That is also coming from me only, isn't it? He's telling after explaining the Bhumi Rapo, that is a inferior energy, and then superior energy is the soul, living entity in the 14th in the I think further chapter 14th chapter or where did we see that ninth chapter verse Sarva yonishu kaunteya sambhavanti murte tasam mahat brahma yoni aham bija pradapita. I am the seed giving father. He's telling Sarva yonishu kaunteya sambhavanti murte. I am the seed giving father. So that's why we are not the owner, we are the occupier. Similar to apartment, similar to agriculture field, government may give or father may give. So now how you use it, how you use the apartment, accordingly you pay the taxes, you pay. It used to be in India, nowadays I don't know if it's the same thing. Prabhupada explains the occupier tax and landlord tax. Two taxes are there, it seems. Uh, Proprietor tax, occupier tax, proprietor tax. Isn't it? Even in apartment also, when you file the taxes, you will have those. You will cut it even if you're not the owner. Landlord also files taxes. You will also get some deduction for these things. But the occupier also, when you file, there's 18% or so something in New Jersey. You use it to cut 18%. You can use it so for deduction, some calculation. Each year tax laws changes, but it used to be there. So like that, there's the tax, and you pay taxes every year because he's cutting. Landlord is giving you this much rent you have to pay. He's having including all that. When you file the taxes, then you put that calculation 18% of it, how much you paid. So you can use itemized deduction in that they apply it, all these things. Anyway, so these kind of tax laws are there because the depending because you are occupying the land, for that you have to pay. Just like the government also, one pays tax for everything, for the home property tax everywhere in all countries. There is a tax. Same here because Supreme Lord is the owner. So this is the first point. So how this body is made up of. So that means everything belongs to the Supreme Lord. That's why he is the proprietor. So that's the nature. And then we have to understand how this should be used. When the agricultural land is there, people used to, those days people used to do three different, minimum one, generally two, three crops they used to do. Throughout the year they used to use the land, till the land and grow paddy, grow different pulses, mustard seeds and whatnot. Two and three, minimum two or more than two also. Nowadays, at the best, they do only one. That also they are not even doing it. Everything is industrialized, or people are moving to cities, or people are fed up with the process, and no price, proper price, or people are not coming to do cutting and whatnot. It's so difficult for whatever reasons. Everything is artificialized, industrialized, modernized. So many things as no Vedic civilization, no actually they are not utilizing the actual Vedic. They have no Vedic vision. Shastra Chakshu is not there because everybody is supposed to be engaged. Prabhupada uses the word Lazy intelligent, busy intelligent, lazy fool, busy fool. The civilization is going to the busy fool. That is the worst scenario. Because first scenario, lazy intelligence is Brahmana is intelligent, lazy intelligent. Is intelligent, he uses to the body required. How much time it needs, only you will spend accordingly in any activity. The busy fool is the worst case scenario. That is Sudra's case. Busy fool is like Prabhupada gives example monkey. Monkey will keep on jumping here and there, do okay, create ruckus. Because he's busy but doing all foolish things. So that is the problem. We're supposed to be at least lazy intelligent or busy intelligent or lazy fool but not busy fool. Busy for nothing. So it's not good. So that's why we have to be intelligent class or Kshatriya class, administrative class, and then business class, slash Vaisya class, mercantile class. Last one is the Sudra class. In Kali Yuga, pretty much everybody is son of Kalo Sudra Sambhava. That is the problem because vision is not there. We are not situated in Brahman platform. So that's why we are not the owner. We are the occupier. So occupier, what is occupier's duty is to cooperate with the owner. So as soon as that consciousness is missing, then we are being entangled. Now proportionate to the degree you pay the taxes, proportionate you operate on that platform, swabhav. Our original nature is there. Okay, if you're Brahmana, you act accordingly. You're Kshatriya, you act accordingly. But if you act, you are Brahmana, you try to act in a different Sudra, then different results you will get. If you are Sudra, you act like a Brahmana, different results you will get. You will be implicated, basically. See, one has to, according to their swabhava, then one has to act accordingly. Then, Karanam, Gunasangasya Sad Asad Janma Yonishu, in the same chapter, 13 chapter 1, in the middle section, third section, it is mentioned. The reason you associating with the mode, each one is associating certain mode, goodness, passion, ignorance. Brahmana is generally goodness, middle, Kshatriya, Vaisya, passion, further down, Sudra is in ignorance, predominantly. So these modes are operated accordingly. Urdham Gachantu Sattva, then you go to higher planet, if you are in mode of goodness, demigod. But every living entity, from demigod, Brahma to all the way to ant, every living entity is made up of the same elements. Proportionate to his consciousness, proportionate to the way he utilizes, is getting higher and higher pious activity, higher and higher nice, wonderful body, like a wonderful apartment, wonderful grain. The end result, what one produces using the same body. So that's a no body is different. No, every living form is different. Even though we are human beings, how many human beings are unlimited in this earthly planet itself, in every planet, in every material universe? But any similarity you'll see. We have same nose, same eyes. Means the components are same, but do we look same? No. Even if we look similar, but still it's not same. We don't have the same thoughts, same feelings, same interactions, same consciousness. It's not same. So it is created by the Supreme Lord. Each one is individual. It's not homogeneous. Consciousness can be homogeneous with that one thought. We are servant of God. In that one can operate, but not you cannot mix it. All souls doesn't mix, merging into Brahman. That's not the case. Each one has individual thoughts, individual ideas, which is fine. But servant of God is the center point. With that one mixes unity and diversity, simultaneous one and different in that sense. Achintya Beda Abheda Tattva. So that is the constant in which one is supposed to operate. Then everything becomes beneficial. But otherwise, if one is performing impious activity, then he will go to lower grade. So he may not get human birth, lower species of life one will get because he's acting. And depending on what he is worshipping also. Again, it's all, his actions, his knowledge. He has to have certain knowledge, and then he has to, which mode he is associating, what kind of action he is doing, in what consciousness. All this defining the result. Result is being given automatic. Karanam guna sangasya. Sad asad janma is entering different species of life. Body is given by what? Who? Material energy. Lord is not doing anything here. Lord is not forcing anybody. Person is given, you have been given agricultural land, you have been given this body, and you have been told this is a manual. You should work this way, you get this result. If you work this way, you get different result. Like this, everything is manual is given. You have been told this is your position. Now, how you do it? If you do it properly, as per Shastra and Sadhu and Guru, then you will perfect your life. You will go back home, back to God. If you do one level down, then you will get human birth, continue, and you may be a demigod or a Brahmana or higher species. Then you practice it. If you do further down, then you may be lower species. If you further down, then means animal. Like I want to eat like a tiger. Prabhupada uses this example only. A lion. Okay, material energy will tell. प्रकृति पुरुषस्तो ही भुंक्ते प्रकृति जान गुणान karanam gunasanga sadar. Then immediately, because one is desiring like that, one is eating like that, when is being given human body, is supposed to act with certain intelligence, supposed to act according to the manual of Manu Samhita, but is not, then naturally material energy in the next life gives that body. That's it. It's as simple as, because manual is very clear. When you enter into any office or business, very clear directions are given. This is how you should conduct, and if you're sitting in a bank as a teller, what you're supposed to do. In every place, it is like that. You are given certain things, certain procedure, how you should do it. Same thing, especially for human being. All other 8.8 million species, there is no manual. For them, they have, the Annamaya Kosha and Pranamaya Kosha. At the best, they can only know how to eat and maintain their life. Mm. Prana, they have a life force little more. These two only they have. Only human being is higher. Manomaya Kosha, Vijnanamaya Kosha is, means he has thinking, feeling, willing. And then when he realizes, put into practice, then he will come to Vijnanamaya Kosha, then he can go back home, back to Godhead. And Lord is in the Anandamaya Kosha. So that's why these things has to be understood. That's why Kshetra. Who is the Kshetra? This body. Agriculture body, this body, what you are possessing. That's why we don't say I body, I hand, I leg. This is all my. So my hand, my leg is not I. I and my is different. I is the soul. My is this body. So two different things. Soul is the soul and body is not the same. Two different things. Body is made up of, body is given right now. Uh, right now, this body is given by the Maya, material energy. Maya Dakshena Prakriti Suvite Sacharacharam. Or we quoted these verses, Karanam Gunasangasya. Who is giving is only material energy is giving. According to the person who is operating, the soul sitting in this body operating certain way, material energy is giving. If he operates properly, then Lord is giving the transcendental body. Yatain. Yanti Devaratan, Devan, Pitrun, Yanti Pitruatan, Bhutan, Yanti Buddhya, Yanti Madhya, Jinopma. If one worship the Lord, acts according to the manual, because Super Soul is there, is guiding accordingly also. I want to enjoy this way. I want to become the master. What is the result? Why we are here? Prabhupada also quotes 7.27. Ichha Dvesha Samutvena. No, I want to become the master. Why should you be the master? Why you should be the controller and owner? I should be the master. Okay, then you enter into the material world. That's why we are here. A separate desire from the Lord, icha and dvesha, enviousness. No, I have to be the master, not you. Okay, then you can't be in spiritual world. You have to be here in the material world. There you can try to act like a master. When you realize that, you will be left and right. You will be given all kinds of reactions. Then, when you realize and come to again servant of the real master, then you'll come back to the spiritual world. Until that, you'll run around. Brahmanda Brahmite, Kone Bhagyavan Jeev. Until Guru and Sadhu gives the mercy, then you'll realize it, you'll go back home. So that's why the last 8 verses, Lord is instructing with these examples. Who sees? Who can see? One who sees that, who is acting actually. Who is acting? Only the three modes of material nature is acting. Soul is there. But according to the mode he is in, action is doing and reaction is getting. If he's on a transcendental platform, in Visuddha Sattva, pure goodness, beyond the three modes, then naturally you enter into spiritual. While being here, he'll attain spiritual body, like one was attained, then while leaving the body, you'll practice and come to perfection, then you will attain transcendental body and go back home, back to Godhead. But this is the consciousness in which one should act. I'm only the occupier. I'm not the owner. I'm not the proprietor. I'm not the landlord. That is only Supreme God. Because we have given the Shastric reference. Because we didn't create any of these elements. There are this apartment element we didn't create. This earth, this universal element we didn't create. Neither this body element, what is made up of, we didn't create any of this. So that's why we can't claim that I am the owner of the body. So because I'm working, I'm getting the money, it doesn't mean that you are actually proprietor of things. Then you use it. Yeah, one may claim like that and one may try to enjoy. Then what will result? Consequences will be different. Because then you will get the reactions accordingly. But if you utilize it according to the Bhagavad Gita verses, which 13th chapter, second chapter, third chapter, again and again, different pattern, different presentation is given because the underlying principle is different. Second chapter is summary, third chapter is karma yoga. Karma is the predominant element. Accordingly, all the verses are around it. 13th chapter, it is explaining the nature of this living entity and explaining about this body and the soul, kshetra, kshetrajna, and what is the knowledge in which one should act and what is the objective of that knowledge. Using that knowledge not to enjoy, using that knowledge to actually attain perfection and to serve the master, serve the original occupier, the proprietor, landlord. That's he is also there. We are Kshetrajna, but he is supreme. Sarva Kshetreshu Bharata. He is the supreme knower. We are knower of our own body. What pain, what suffering, to some extent, not the whole thing. You can't know everything. So just like some problem comes, you have to go to doctor. Because if you know everything, then why can't we know everything? What's going on, what disease, what problem? You have to go to doctor. Like the doctor also will know only to some extent. Everything he will not know. Will try to understand, try to fix it, but he's not the expert in knowing everything. To some extent he can know, but Supreme Lord knows everything of every living entity, moving, non-moving, all. So he can know. So, so that's why how you utilize this agricultural land, this body, and what you produce it. What kind of thing? You can produce anything. You can produce inferior grain, or you can produce superior grain, depending on what you put. Whether you put water, whether you put what kind of fertilizer, you put natural ones or you put artificial ones. What do you do? How do you do it? How do you produce it? Accordingly, result will be different, isn't it? Today's world, everything is modernized, everything is quick. 2 months, 1 month, big pomegranates, big oranges, big persimmons. Everything is nothing is natural. Everything is artificial one because that's what people want: quick money. Everybody want to attract people and sell it and get money. Doesn't matter what is going to happen to the other person, whether he will be deceased or what will happen to him, his life, his health. That nobody cares. But everything is, but what can you do? What is available? You'll have to see. The things are natural, things are available. You'll buy it. Otherwise, nothing much you can do. That's how this Kali Yuga is. Otherwise, you'll not find this thing. In olden days, is pomegranate used to be natural position, natural, size. Orange also like that only. Now everything is abnormal only. Persimmon also like that only. Any fruit you look at, everything is completely manipulating things, mixing things, and adding things. Nothing is natural anymore. It's when you go to shop, you will be afraid to see, so what's going on. Sometimes people go to industry and find out. They say it's Ekadasi, but it's not Ekadasi anymore. There's different things they are packing it. But if you understand the process, it's not Ekadasi anymore. So that's it because they are adding whatever they want to sell different things. They are mixing and doing different things. So this is the contamination of the Kali Yuga. Consciousness is completely how to make money, quick money. But in olden days, Vedic civilization is somehow there's a keep a land, keep some cows. That's it. And that's how people used to stock lots of grains, and that itself is maintenance. What do you need? You need to eat. You need to maintain yourself. So you have all the grains to the extent you need. You keep it. Rest of the grains you sell it. You get money, and then you get things whatever you need to buy. People used to have land. People, Prabhupada is giving example. These examples nowadays it's no more. Very less people. People used to work, come to the cities and work, and what do they do? The money, whatever they will get, is to be small money amount. They used to go and buy the land with that money. And once they have enough land, they used to stop working and go there and settle and happily live off of the land. then cows or buffaloes for milking and maintaining life like that. But now but civilization is not like that. Industrialization has happened and so many things. Fine, but even if you are in industry or whatever work you are doing, according to Shastra, then at least even if you are working on the fourth class, but still you are supposed to utilize those things, channel those things in the service of the Lord. Use the resources, the money, the car, the cell phone, the body, the fruits, vegetables, whatever. So you should channel, put the Lord in the process. Then that is engaging ourselves in the service of the Lord. Then underlying understanding that he is the real owner, a real proprietor. Because that is what ignore the karmano anyatra lokoyam karma, otherwise bandhan. Automatically we are in bondage. Minute Lord is not in the picture at all in any of our day-to-day process, naturally we are in the bondage automatically. That's why all these verses everywhere you see. One who sees that soul is not the doer, it is then he can see because he can understand that. So it is the modes is pushing me in one way, this way or that way, and then I'm entering into different species of life. Sometimes upset, sometimes I'm angry, sometimes I'm peaceful. So depending on which mode you are operating. If you're in mode of goodness, you'll be peaceful despite what's going on. So if you're in passion, you will react differently. If you're in mode of ignorance, you will react completely differently. It's all to do with these three modes because when the material world is created, this 24, 20, 21 to 29, 8 elements, three modes are added. When the material world is created, that's when three modes are there. Otherwise, this material world is not there because elements are always there in dormant stage. And the Lord is glancing, as soon as the glance is touched this material element, then it's activating. That means Kala Sakti is touched. Then immediately Kala Sakti touched the glance of the Lord through Sadasiv, so the Shambho. Then immediately transformation has happened. Now three modes of materials comes into picture. Things starts cooking. Until that elements are in dormant stage. Now it's in activated. Then, according to the modes, then the demigods are born, are given in charge, and then further all the other human being and other animals, aquatics, every species. It's not like a Darwin's theory of we are monkeys at one point. Then if monkeys are also there, donkeys are there, every living species, 8.4, all species you can see, yeah, all are there. It's not that the way is explained. But Bhagavad Gita and Upanishad are clearly explaining. But Lord is there as a Paramatma is there in all bodies. In human form of life is there in all. So on all species of life, each and every atom is there as Paramatma is watching. Upadrasta, Anumanta, Bhakta, Bhokta, Maheswara is the supreme enjoyer, supreme control is watching. To the degree you want understanding, knowledge, you want guidance, to the degree is giving. To the degree one doesn't want, he is not giving, he is only watching bird. One wants guidance, either he is giving insight in the heart and also is sending his representatives, is giving his shastra, everything. And that's why when you see that, you will sometimes you try to distribute books. When you go there, oh, I was looking for this book for quite some time. Thank God, Krishna helped me. So that's this book has come now. Yeah, who's helping? Paramatma only. So otherwise, the animals are there. How do they know which house they have to go, where the food is there? Who's inspiring? Who's telling? Paramatma has to tell. Otherwise, how will they know? Okay, human being has maybe higher intelligence if you think Paramatma is not there. But what is happening with all these lower species of life? How will they know? So that means somebody has to inspire, somebody has to tell exactly where to go, everything. So different intelligence is given. Paramatma is there guiding to the extent, especially one who is superior force. We are superior energy. We are supposed to know things, supposed to act according to the Shastra Chakshu. When Shastra Chakshu, the eyes are not anointed with Shastra knowledge, intelligence is not purified. Evam buddhe param bodha samstabhya atman, controlling senses by this sharpening intelligence. Jagisatru Mahabahu Kamaroh Durasadam. Control this lust, anger, greed by the sharpening the intelligence is not there. Then naturally we are no more Shastric vision. Shastra Chakshu is not there. So we're covered with illusory understanding. So then natural implication is there, reaction is there, then suffering is there. So that's what is happening. So that is the essence of this particular chapter. Very nicely, Prabhupada explains with these simple examples. Everybody knows, we all know how the agriculture is done. We all know that most of us are in apartments to begin with. Later on, we might have purchased homes. Easy to understand these things, but we have to practice it though. That is the difficulty. Theory is easy, but practice is difficult. To practice on the platform of the soul. I'm not the owner of the body. It's not so easy. But more you practice, more you read and hear Bhagavad Gita, and slowly, gradually, you change the things and how you utilize everything. Then gradually, one can attain perfection. It takes time. Professor 20, 30 years of practice in the association of devotee, it helps. More it helps because you will be energized, you will get the strength. You're not in the association of devotees, the strength is we will become weakened day by day. We are always strengthened by the devotee association. Then naturally intelligence is getting sharpened. Then rest of the day you can act accordingly. With that consciousness, it helps. So that is the main lesson. That is the essence of this today's particular section, last section. With that, we'll stop here. Any questions, comments, corrections? Anyone else?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Oh, yes, Srinivas.
Only one small question, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Since we are having the intelligence and still we do different things and behave differently,
Mm-hmm.
and how the animals already in the lower species level
Mm-hmm.
can come to the upper level and become a human being, Prabhuji, because we have intelligence and we
Yeah,
know that they don't have the human intelligence kind.
correct.
How it is possible for them
That
to
is for them. That's why it is gradual evolution. From all the way it starts from aquatics, uh, from aquatics to reptiles, then insects, then birds, then, trees, plants, insects, insect society, then the reptiles and the birds, then bees, different kinds of animals and bees, and human beings. There is a gradual evolution. So for them, there is no sinful activity. Each one of them has a goodness, passion, ignorance. Like the animal you look at. The dog is in the ignorance, cat is in the ignorance, passion is like lion, tiger, and goodness is cow. So different, they go through each, even within the animal society, they have different grades. Slowly, gradually move up the channel. They don't get sinful activity. Whatever they may do, in that position, they do certain things like tiger does tiger activities. So it doesn't get more simple activity. One tiger gets more simple, another tiger less simple. No, but if any of these species, through their walk of life, they will become next. If they are in the passion, maybe they will go to the next higher passion, or next they come to the goodness animal position. When they come, then from animal to human being. Finally, after going to the cow, then next the human being. So like that, there's a gradual evolution. It takes a lot of time, millions of lifetimes, because 8.4 million species to come to human birth, they have to go through the lower to all the way. It's a one step. Every life they have to go through this cycle. Then they come to human. That is a natural cycle. But somehow or other they get in touch with the holy name, get in touch with prasadam, then they immediately jump to you. Like you are offering your rose plant, some flowers. You offer those flowers at the lotus feet of Lord Krishna, spiritual master, then they jump. Their promotion is now to the human birth, next life. They don't go through now gradual evolution. Even the tree also they have same. Three modes are there in everything. The trees which gives the fruit, the flowers, the everything is utilized. Some of the trees, sandalwood or jasmine, many. It has in mango, everything used. The leaf is used, the fruit is used, flower is everything is some other. That means mode of goodness. Everything used. Some trees you can't use anything. Then it's a mode of ignorance. So trees are also in different modes. That's why different usage. Like Tulsi, everything is useful. Everything. The stem is used for beads, and the leaf is used. Everything is used. So Tulsi Maharani is a spiritual personality. Just to give example, I mentioned we should not use that. So, like that. This is gradual evolution. As Padma Puran Prabhupada quote this word. Jalaja Navalakshani, Stavara Nilaksham Sadi, Rudrayo Kruma Sankhayam, Pasura Dasalakshanam. So, like that, further verse, two verses are quoting how many species of life, how many forms of life is there? 8.4 million species each. How many types? Like aquatics are 900,000. Insects are 1.1 lakh. Birds are 10 lakh. Human beings are 400,000. It means it's not like only human beings are only 400. No. It means 400,000 types of human beings are there, but unlimited human beings are there. And no one is same type of body, same type of thought is not the same. Different rasas, different thoughts, individuality is still different. It's not same. So those many, but the type of like demigod, Gandharva, Kinnara, Kimpurusha, Yaksha, so all these are human beings, but different types of humans. That's why there are 400,000 types. Like that, birds are 10 lakh types of birds are there. We can only know some, but there are so many because so many planets, so many universes. So like that, these are all gradual evolution, but abnormal. This is a normal process, normal evolution. But if they anything you use it in the service of the like they are in association somehow or the Lord association or the holy name or the sadhus association something deers are passing you chant if they hear it so they get so they get to the human world. So all these are there. But otherwise natural process go to the next level of birth. Then finally, Labdva Sudurlabhidam Bhosam Bhavante. After many, many lifetimes, one come to human birth. So that is the process.
So our intelligence only the cause of all the problems then.
Correct. The human being's intelligence is higher intelligence is given than because as you go up, like if you are sitting in a manager position or vice president position, accordingly you will be paid. Also, implication like if you act like a manager, you are sitting in VP, then you will be implicated as well because you are not act. Responsibility is given because you are supposed to know things, supposed to act like that. Then accordingly implicates same thing. So to the degree of one is being given knowledge, accordingly the child and the elderly person is not equated in the same level because child doesn't know. If he acts, the fire will burn. But when things are looked at, then who's performing this act? Accordingly, the result reaction will be given. Child will not be punished as much as the adult will be. So material energy also that the Lord also takes all these things into consideration. Who's doing it? What kind of knowledge he knows? He's already been given knowledge, he's been already been trained, he's been already told repeated. He's performing multiple times again and again, same mistake, then you'll have more suffering, material energy accordingly. So everything is recorded. What the person, what the background, what knowledge, everything, what responsibility. So accordingly, they will be given different kind of reactions. So material energy is very strong and very thorough, very detailed. So same reaction is not given. It's not like in this material world sometimes because they don't know. Manager will not know everything what's going on. Real picture sometimes we may give different results. So, but material energy is not like that. Material energy will know everything in detail. It cannot become faulty because it's operating under the divine vision. Karmana daiva netrena jantor deha upavate. This is the third canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. This verse is quoted. It's happening under the divine supervision. It's everything. He's not doing it, but it's under his vision, material energy, Durga Devi, various demigods are taking the charge and noting down what's happening, what kind of reactions one will get. Everything is being controlled. All elements of our body, from eyes to legs, everything is controlled by different demigods. They are being given in charge. So accordingly, everything is happening. Yeah.
Fine, Prabhuji. Thank you. Very nicely explained, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Thank you,
Hare
Krishna. Anyone else? We'll go to the next class. Anyone else has any question? Okay, looks like everything is understood. Thank you very much.